The year is 1985. Unemployment is at 3 million people. I am a gangly Dungeons and Dragons obsessed 14-year-old just doing my O-levels. And in a desperate attempt to instill some kind of hope for the future in its pupils, my school has a careers day. Part of that careers day involves picking a company, writing to them and asking them for a job. Yes. So they decided that this was going to be a good idea to get people ready for the workforce when they left school in another couple of years' time. So they sat us all down and said, right, you need to pick a company, you need to write them a letter, and you need to ask them for a job, even though that you're not old enough to work there yet, and then you'll get some idea what it's like job hunting. I'm guessing that's what the idea was anyway. So who did I pick in my realistic attempt to gain employment after leaving school? I picked TSR UK. Okay, so TSR Games was the company behind Dungeons and Dragons in the States, and they had a British office in Cambridge, and it was called TSR UK. I couldn't think of anyone else better. It's more suitable for me to work for than the people who made Dungeons and Dragons, and not really think about it in any practical way whatsoever. So I wrote them a letter in this class, and I got a reply, and I found it the other week, and I got more than just a reply. I got all this gumph from TSR. So I thought I would read you out the letter, because it's quite funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's, you know, you can tell they were kind of trying not to laugh while they were writing it. Now I've scanned all this, and it's going to be on my blog, so I'll put a link down in the description so you can have a read yourself some of all the other stuff that they sent. So we'll start with the letter, shall we? This is dated the 21st of June 1985. Okay, dear Mr. Mead, in answer to your query regarding a career at TSR, this is not an easy question. We are a very small company, employing only 25 people, 1/3 of whom are specialists in the role-playing games area, working mainly in the publication and product development departments. So you can see they were probably thinking, who the hell is this kid asking for a job? Let's try and put him off as quickly as possible. In order to be considered suitable to join our design teams, aspiring candidates need firstly to be steeped in the knowledge and ability to play and DM the Dungeons and Dragons so they even put in the registered trademark on the letters, and the ad&d games. Now that was me. I was highly steeped in knowledge and the ability to play Dungeons and Dragons, because I've been playing it for about 3 years at this point, every day. Secondly, they need to have high intelligence, okay, wide creative abilities, imaginative writing skills, and excellent grammar and spelling, which they probably realised I didn't have from the poorly written letter which I wrote to them. I'm assuming it's poorly written, as going by what my diaries were like at this point. These latter aspects have been demonstrated to us. So yeah. As you all know, the FRPG world, that's fantasy role-playing games, is relatively small in relation to the total population. But when we last advertised for design staff, we were overwhelmed by the number of excellent candidates that were around. The competition, therefore, is considerable, despite the narrow world of role-playing games. Okay. The rest of our employees need the usual office skills, sales and accounting knowledge that are required in any business operation. The best advice I can give you at present is that what you probably hear from all sides. Work hard and get as many qualifications as possible! Exclamation mark. A business course at your local technical college may be a wise option, especially if you do not want to stay on at school and take A-levels. An ordinary national certificate, or even better, a higher national diploma, are well recognised achievements and are, in my opinion, often of more practical application than A-levels, which usually have no relation to your subsequent career. Also, have you thought carefully about the fact that, to work for us, you would need to relocate to Cambridge? I was in Lancashire at that point. In general, salaries are not as good in this area, especially for junior positions, and accommodation is not cheap, as there is such a large student population competing for space alongside commercial people. Now, I hadn't thought about that whatsoever. In fact, I hadn't thought about this properly at all. I just wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons all the time. Finally, I enclose some information about the company, which you might find useful and interesting. As you obviously play D&D role-playing games, I have also enclosed a catalogue and a mail order form just in case you want to spend some money. May I wish you all the best in your studies and future career. Thank you very much, Judith G. Brown, the Office Stroke Personnel Manager for TSR UK. Yes, your letter certainly put me off trying to get a job anywhere. I just love that bit about the latter, about the what was it? Imaginative writing skills and excellent grammar and spelling. These latter aspects have been demonstrated to us. Yeah, it would have been a handwritten letter, probably done in pencil, on a ripped out piece of paper. It wasn't typed for me. So that was a knockback letter I got from TSR. What else did they send me? So yeah, we had a little bit of a subscription letter to their Imagine and Dragon magazine. I wasn't subscribed to that, but I did buy it now and again. Amazing Stories, I didn't get that one. The original science fiction magazine began by Hugo Gernsback in 1926. Okay, never heard that one. And Strategy and Tactics magazine, the premier magazine for military history gaming buffs. That wasn't really me. So Dragon magazine, 12 issues, would cost you £62 a year. Wow. Okay. What else did I get? Oh, a couple of cool posters. This one for Star Frontiers. One mistake and you're space debris. Never played that. And a rather cool poster for your first step on the road to adventure. Dungeons and Dragons. As you can tell, these were on my wall, although more accurately in good shape. And an advert for Imagine magazine, which I ended up buying every single episode, which I ended up buying every single copy of. Every single issue, I mean, not every single copy. And then I sold them a few years ago. Okay, the mail order blue price list. So I don't know why they had different price lists. Oh, maybe they had a wholesale price list, I'm guessing. Price is correct to 1st of May 1985. So yeah, this is how much all this stuff was selling for. Let's see if I can give you some random examples. So the basic box set cost you £8.95. Sorry, £8.65. The Monster Manual was £10.95. So in today's money, that would be. So yeah, it's quite a bit, really, isn't it? It was quite big back then, actually. I remember I was saving up for ages, or getting for Christmas and birthday presents for the books. Anyway, so all the books, the hardback books, were £10.95. The modules were £4.95, so just under a fiver. We have stuff here for Gangbusters, Gamma World, Top Secret, Boot Hill. These were all of the role-playing games. They were all about £3 or £4 each, actually, so it's quite cheap. Endless Quest books were £1.25. So the magazines were £2.95. So they really did ramp up the Dungeons and Dragons stuff. They knew that was the stuff that was selling. I guess they must have made an absolute fortune on the books. So yeah, the Dungeon Master's Guide was £11.95. They knew that was the one everyone needed. And we also have a history of the company, which I won't read out. TSR Inc. of Lake Geneva, Wisconsin, USA, was founded in 1973 by Mr. E. Gary Gygax. And we have a history of the company's logos. Fascinating stuff you need to know. The company's products. Our products come under the general heading of fantasy role-playing. The main ones are Dungeons and Dragons game, Basic and Expert set, and the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons game. The rest of the range is made up of other role-playing games, family games, endless quest books and magazines. In 1983, we began publishing from The Mill, our own monthly Imagine magazine. And yeah, obviously what every 14-year-old Dungeons and Dragons player is fascinated about is a company hierarchy diagram. It doesn't actually have any names on here, just who does what. And the TSR product catalogue. This one doesn't have any prices in. It just tells you what they sold. No pictures or route like that, but it does have the catalogue numbers. Like I say, I've scanned all these. These are available online. What's this last piece of paper? Is a mail order terms of notice effective 1st of June. So this is the This is just the rules and regulations for ordering stuff on mail order. Right, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that look at the how TSR was run in the 80s, and my pathetic, ultimately doomed attempts at getting a job there. What did I do when I left school? When I left school, I went on a YTS. I think it was about £13 a week or something, working in a shop, in a car parts shop, which I had no idea about cars whatsoever. And yeah, so I never did work for TSR Games. Probably just as well, really. Okay, anyway, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. The year is 1985. I am an awkward, gangly 14-year-old at school with I'm a gangly 14. I'm going to start all this again.